evening. Welcome to the fabulous. Let the madness begin. William Coleman, Marshawn Taylor. Man, show number 2. Getting good, getting better. You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to laugh at you, man.
All right, it's okay, man. It's okay.
Let's go ahead, man.
So we're rocking.
I can't be doing this with you, man. Go ahead, let's finish.
So we rocking out shows. We're getting better. We're doing good. We're doing our thing.
You're doing good. I'm trying to calm my lungs out, but come on, man.
So,
all right, let's go, man. I'm good. Let's go, man.
All right. So recently, as of this week, a couple of rappers, head by our favorite Black Panther, Jay-Z, and our favorite dumb criminal, Meek Mills, and a couple of other prominent people in the industry are trying to go. I want to make sure I get this in the right ball. They're trying to get a bill passed, or they're trying to get legislation passed, or they're at least trying to help their fellow musicians as far as saying, hey, you should not be able to use our lyrics in criminal cases.
Okay. I got a good answer to that.
So, of course, it's headed by, Mr. Drug Dealer himself, Jay-Z, Mr. I commit how many felonies, Meek Mills, and we could go down the list of other people who, by the way, why this will be more beneficial to them, which is always the case in anything. You do things that benefit you.
I know how you feel about other people, man. Let's go forward now. Go ahead.
But how do you feel about that? Do you think it's something? First off, do you believe that music should or can be used in cases that are concerning those lyrics?
Depends on the circumstance.
Okay.
Because, for instance, look at the group of brothers down in Jacksonville, Florida, that pretty much wrapped themselves into prison about who they shot and who they killed, the stuff that they were into in Jacksonville. Now, mind you, I've seen the video, and I've seen, they're on a golf course rapping about who they killed and when. How
is that the one where the beat is like some pop music and then they just
I think so, something like that. Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah, by all means, but I mean something like, now, if it's something that's really if it's not believable, it's like something fictional. I mean, you get creative with it as well. And get something could have happened, and you just get real creative with it to where it's not believable. But if you outright telling who you killed and what happened to him, by all means, what the hell you expect to happen?
Okay.
By all means, come on now.
Okay. No. I
that's you might as well say you writing your confession letter, which what was done, your crime.
That's interesting that you said that, because we all know Bobby Shmurda was.
I was about to say that.
He quote unquote didn't commit none of this, but he implicated everybody.
Exactly.
What's one of the main things they talk about? Oh, my man's a shooter.
Right.
Oh, really? Let's see what cases we got going on right now that may fit the profile of your man who's the shooter.
Right.
Or, oh man, we rolling, I'm rolling with BMF, Jeezy. BMF. Oh, really? Well, let's make sure all of BMF is locked up in jail, because, you're letting me know that they are, Jay-Z, I've been, you just happen to get out.
Maybe a Jay-Z hater, man.
I'm not a Jay-Z hater. I just think that, first off, it's a slippery slope. I do believe it's a slippery slope. I find it. I don't think it's a race thing, and I think that's what they're trying to get at.
No,
I don't think it's a race thing, but I think what's happened is that we are dumb as a race. You said something in that was powerful. Why are you telling what you did?
Right.
No matter how many years, there's no such thing as statute of limitations. I want people to really understand that. It doesn't exist. Yes, it does. It's on the books. They could change that law. Bill Cosby. So you thinking there's statute of limitations when there's not, especially if you have grown to a stature in which they feel as though you may be more harm doing good, then they may use what you have done to bring you down. So why would you put yourself in a position what we have seen throughout rap, especially, I'm not gonna say just in this generation, but I think this generation is more publicized doing it, and it's drill music. That's what
Right.
they call that, drill
Right.
music. What you're telling people who you killed. You're
Yeah.
not only you're going to the gravesite pissing on them. You're literally doing all this stuff.
Well, they gotta do some stuff like that.
Chicago is crazy.
You gonna pee on people's graves.
They pissing on graves. They doing everything. But then the thing about it is, you will literally beef with a person, and then when that person turns up dead, you want to sit there and be like, it's just lyrics. Oh my God, it's just lyrics. That's my interpretation of Jay-Z. It's just lyrics. B, it's just lyrics, B. Come on, man. Let's stop this shenanigans. I think that's the problem as Black people. We're fighting battles that don't make sense.
I can see that.
That's a battle that don't make sense.
I can see that.
You literally are fighting a battle to say that you want to glorify something, because we're past this cautionary tale. Like, I believe in the 80s when they rapped about certain things, it was a cautionary tale. I believe NWA first album was a cautionary tale. I believe Ice Cube when his early works was a cautionary tale. Ice-T was a cautionary tale. Because it went that way. You could tell how they worded it. Now they're glorifying it.
I got you.
Jay-Z glorified it. Biggie glorified it. Tupac definitely glorified it. I mean, we can go down the list of a lot of rappers who glorified it, to the point that now it went from being maybe an art to, or maybe I'm rapping about somebody that I know, to now I'm actually participating in it. And now you're saying that if crimes are being committed and you're rapping about it, now you tell me that you don't want that to be part of the case. But yet, how are you supposed to solve a case? Evidence. If you're literally telling me on Tuesday, January the 6th, you murdered 3 people outside of Piggly Wiggly, and that crime actually happened, just because your song came out 2 weeks later does not mean I cannot take them lyrics.
Oh man, send your ass to jail. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. My thing is this: if it's something that implicates you or implicates a crime that has been taken, a crime has been done, in a sense, by all means, yeah, it should be used against you. Now, my thing is this: if you get caught up in some stuff and your lifestyle portrays but is one of the portrayals in your lyrics or something, now that's the gray area that comes in for me. Now, my thing is you glorify these things, like you said, the robbing, stealing, beating people up, killing, and and you just happen to be somewhere and somebody got killed, robbed, or whatever. I mean, I feel like this: you express yourself however you want to express yourself, but keep in mind, like you said, it's a cautionary tales. As we've seen, rappers have gotten caught up because of what they portray themselves in these lyrics, in these songs.
It's funny you said that. So we could go back to Murder Was the Case, which was actual trial that Snoop was on.
Right.
And one of the things they used in the trial was his lyrics. You saying you're doing it. And Snoop on stage, that's why I said it's funny how all of a sudden, how Christian people become. I'm not a killer. I'm a good boy. I was this in school. I was that in school. But you was a getaway driver.
Right.
And you snitch. But that's no here nor there. C. Miller. He in jail right now because they literally said your name is murder. They literally said that your lyrics, exactly, your lyrics portrayed this.
Right.
And not saying that and his is an interesting case because they never really pinpointed anything on him. However, they RICO'd him. Bobby Shmurda, you said you wasn't a criminal, you didn't snitch. I big ups to you, just like big ups to C. Murder. I mean, I'm neither here nor there with that, but y'all did not tell on people, and y'all took your time. Bobby Shmurda took more time, but you knew these crimes were happening, and you decided to put it on wax, and now you want to say, "Well, I was just telling a story." Oh, but that story was true.
And you talked as if you participated.
Right.
That's the thing.
And here's the other part, and I want people to understand: it's not just rap music, for the record. And I think that's where I think people don't understand. They've been doing this for years in other genres, not just in rap, just in general. You know, people who may have said things and then all of a sudden that comes to fruition. Prime example. And this is why I say it's a slippery slope. If Jay-Z goes and says that, no, you should not use these words against these rappers, then Jay-Z needs to go and say, you cannot use January 6th against Trump.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You get the phone call for real. Trump gonna call you. You're his best friend. You gonna thank you for saying that. You gonna invite you to his house. You gonna play golf with Trump next weekend, y'all. You said that. And no, that's no, mind you.
It's a slippery slope. That's what I'm saying. I'm neither here nor there for it. It really is a slippery slope.
I can see what you're saying because, in a sense, Trump talked about it, but he didn't put it out in a song. So let's be clear about it. He put it out in a song. That's the only real difference. I can see what you're saying with that, but yeah. But yeah, that's a stretch. That's a hell of a stretch, homie.
I mean, I'm just saying. And one thing I like to tell people is I'm neither here nor there. I think,
and let me put it this way: these rappers ain't rap about run up in the White House or run up and taking over. You know,
you're right, but they did. They do rap about setting up a Carter. But I mean, I'm neither here nor there with it. It's just I find it interesting because it's something that's been talked about for years. And a statement I made to you: roosters come home to cluck. So all of a sudden now, all this stuff that people been talking about making money off of, now all of a sudden the laws are catching up, and the laws are saying, wait a second, well, there is no such thing as time has expired on the case. I mean, if we can literally pinpoint that you actually rapped about this.
Yeah, because the thing, and that people understand, if you have, and that's the thing about when they say about crime, there's things that's accessory, witness to, you get charged for these things, witness to felony, accessory to a felony, and that's people understand. When you start rapping, you stand as either you were there, you witness it happening, which you can get charged for, or is accomplished, or you actually committed the crime, the one that committed the crime, the criminal itself.
Right.
And the people don't understand that. And I can see the point. The artist, yeah, it is expressing yourself, but if you damn near telling what the hell you did last Friday, and it happened to be against the law, and you happen to put it on a song, and the police happen to come and arrest you, and hey, by all means, that's what you get. And I don't think people understand. We do these things. They think about the quick buck and the recognition, or how is it going to sound on the radio, as opposed to the repercussions or what attention it could draw doing ignorant stuff like that. Because my thing is this: people, that's what I don't understand about how things are nowadays. People do things as if other folks don't go on the internet. Like everybody doesn't have access to social media. People have access to cell phones or whatever. Like, I'm not sure. They think people are so oblivious to what's going on in the world or how people communicate nowadays.
No, I agree with you, and I'm glad you brought that part up because I'll take it. So I'll remove Trump from that scenario. Let's talk about the white woman that called Michelle Obama a monkey. Should she have gotten fired? If you're going to go to bat and say things shouldn't be used against these rappers, then shouldn't we? I think it's a slippery slope, because what is artistic freedom? And I think sometimes we have to be careful as Black people to say that some things are not worth fighting.
People got to understand, but what you keep saying, you're saying two different things. Now, artistic freedom, yes, you have the right to say, express yourself. And people need to understand when I say, like I keep saying, I was taught to me, you have all these rights as long as it doesn't infringe on anybody else's rights. So yeah, as long as you're not telling somebody they can't rap about shooting guns or whatever, but I'm doing it, that's not allowable. That's not allowable. But my thing is this: you're telling folks, I feel like this, do what you can afford to do. Not just financially, as far as you living your life, your family, what you got going on, period. You know, if you can afford to sit there and rap about stuff you actually do, legal or illegal, then you should be able to be ready for the repercussions.
Okay.
That's
No,
all
I
I'm
agree
saying.
with you.
I mean, regardless of how they bump that.
Like I said, it's not just man, like I said, I'm neither here nor there for. I just think it's interesting because I think what you're really about to do, if this happens to get passed, which it probably will, because right now we want to, America will pass anything to keep Black people happy. And I think if this gets passed, you're about to hurt our community more because we already don't believe in snitching. So now you're literally going to rap about killing my family member and make money off of it while I have to sit here missing my family member. And I want people to really understand that. And that's what I want this to really think about. You're literally going to be able to make money off killing someone else's family.
I mean, it's a stretch, but I mean, I understand your point. But it goes back to this. I don't think it's gonna pass. And like I tell me, hey, you can do whatever you want to do in this world, as long as you afford, you feel you can afford, you can handle the repercussions and the consequences behind your actions.
Right. I agree with you.
I mean, by all means, like I said, if you want to rap about the 5 people you ran over and threw in front of train tracks, by all means, you rap about that. But don't get upset when the boys come knocking down your door and they take you to jail and try to throw you up under that jail,
right,
in the courthouse.
No, I agree 100%.
So we can't, like I said, I think it's kind of ridiculous to do, because like I said, if you implicate yourself in a crime, by all means, you deserve to go to jail. Just like that little crew I told you in Jacksonville, they rapped about all the people that got killed within the weeks prior to them putting the song and the video out. See me, Tiffany, I don't need to go to jail.
But that's what I'm saying. Where does it stop? And I think that's where I would like to know more from Jay-Z. When does it stop?
Yeah, exactly. Now, and Jay-Z understand, you don't do it no more, but you can rap about pushing all the weight in the world, but we know you don't push weight no more. So I mean, but we're not gonna, nobody's gonna use that against you. If somebody sells a nickel bag of a nickel thing, I'm sorry, so a vial of crack on, back in the projects you live at, because you had nothing to do with that person no more,
Right.
But I mean, I could see that kind of scenario. That's a stretch. That's a hell of a stretch.
But I think it's actually that's why I say we have to, as Black people, we have to be careful how we are taught. Some ideas are just not worth executing.
Right. Because we can't sit there and tell, because the only thing I can tell you, these young people, that y'all gotta be smart about in general about what you do. I think we're too busy. We get attention for the wrong reasons. Everybody and their mama, the minute we hear about somebody getting shot on Facebook Live, everybody goes look for that feed.
True.
And wants to see it.
That's true.
And then once everybody gets that popular, then everybody else wants to do it. It's crazy the things we're gonna get the notoriety for. It's nothing positive.
That's why I said it's a slippery slope, because you're literally about to put people. You're literally saying, I don't want lyrics to be used in cases. Now, is there and this is why I said,
now if it's something far-fetched, but
how do you determine what is and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable? Because like I said, they use a lot of lyrics, like R. Kelly lyrics got used against him. I mean, they literally use R. Kelly a line. Remember when AJ Number the Number, they really was using these things against R. Kelly. So Jay-Z, does R. Kelly fall in that category? Well, you shouldn't have used it.
I'm not Jay-Z. I couldn't tell you.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So when
we draw the line, I don't know,
and that's why I'm scared, because we don't know.
So you think, with that being said, if it gets passed, it's more of a green light to go ahead and do what you feel you want to do and then rap about it, and not expect to get punished for it, correct?
Right.
Okay, I can see that. But I mean, I don't think it does that because I think it's kind of a stretch and ridiculous to do that. I don't think it's gonna get passed, but I'll be surprised if it will.
I just find it interesting. Sometimes I wonder if people are working with us or against us. And that's one of the things I find that was interesting is why would you want that to, because I do believe in artistic freedom and I do understand at times you want to rap about things that may have happened in the past, but I always tell people this: your past is still somebody's present. Because at the end of the day, you may have moved on. Jay-Z moved on with his life.
Right.
I'm not here to say he did what he said he did. I'm not here to say he didn't do what he said he did. But if we was to take his lyrics for face value, he has left a line of hurt that people are still dealing with in the present. Now he's able to be a billionaire. He's able to have changed his life, and he's able to have married a beautiful woman, have children. But there are family members right now who bloodlines probably stopped because of what he may have, or may not have.
Okay, you have a good point.
Is that fair? No, but that's just part of life.
Yeah,
it just happens that
life,
way.
Man.
Now, with that being said, if the lyrics match a case that can close,
that's something different, though. Like I told you, that's something different.
But if he's fighting for those lyrics not to be used, how many cases will go unsolved?
That's what you got a lawyer for. And that's the thing. It shouldn't be a law. That's what you have a lawyer for.
Right.
You know, that's if the lawyer to prove, give the I forgot the what they call it, the
statute of limitations.
No, the statute of limitations. The burden of proof.
Oh yeah,
is on. You know.
Yeah, that's right, and you're right about that. The burden of proof is always on the lawyer to prove that these are just lyrics and not
right.
You know, but I just like I said, for me personally, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I listen to the music. I don't listen to drill music because it hurts my head. But I listen to the music. I listen to Jay-Z. I actually like Jay-Z, and I do listen to the music. But I do think that it's an interesting scenario because right now, Trey Songz is being accused of, I want to say, sexual assault. I don't want to use the R word because I'm not sure. I think it's sexual
But I
assault.
guarantee you that Trey Songz will have a song about raping girls.
You're right. But if you have songs about just being with girls a lot and things like that, and
I mean, if you get somebody to sit there and interpret a song or totally different to that point, then by all means.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's where it gets scary because I do understand the concept behind what Jay-Z's doing. Because in the case of Trey Songz, you know, yeah, he don't have a song out there saying he's doing all this crazy stuff to girls. However, if they could find a song where that he's talking about, you know, with pouring her a little more drink or maybe giving her a little pill, so she could relax. All of a sudden, he's Bill Cosby. Okay. You know, give him more little chicken wings with some dust on it. I mean, it's just, I understand both sides. I just find it interesting that this is a battle that you want to fight. And that's why I think I can't wrap my head around is the fact that you want to fight this battle when I think that it's more battles that if you're willing to put money and time into, you can.
I think you should. But I don't think, that's no. Because, I mean, either it's something that implicates somebody in something illegal that caused harm or whatever to somebody, by all means, no. That's not right.
Right. So, like I said, we're going to keep it moving with another fun topic. And I do think that's a fun topic because I do believe it's interesting and for me.
Okay.
But another fun topic is the American hero Hugh Hefner. You know, he escaped cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess now there's a documentary coming out that they want to, you know, revisit his history, which we all knew it'll come on. But do you think it's fair now to revisit his history? Do you think it's fair now to say, you know what, he was abusing these girls? Which honestly, if you really think about it, he was abusing the girls. I mean, even if you looked at the show, The Girls Next Door, even in that show, all the girls had to look alike and they couldn't have boyfriends. And if they gained weight, I mean, he had strict stipulations. I mean, do you feel as though now they should go back and and kind of like
For what? What are they gonna do to him?
he's dead.
So, I mean, what can they do to him?
They can't. I mean, the money's been made.
I mean, they're gonna sue the estate.
You can't. I mean, let me rephrase that. I'm not a lawyer, so you probably could.
I mean, sue the state. I mean, but one way or the other, they benefited from the relationship they had. And I think that's the thing I don't. That's the thing I don't like about what you're trying to say. Because the thing is, you could have spoke out during your time with him or what's going on, or after the minute you broke up with him. You know, you've interviewed numerous times after y'all went your separate ways. And you never said anything, but now there's a point that you see that some way you can benefit from report some kind of abuse on somebody of that stature. You know, now all of a sudden you want to re-examine everything. You know, oh yeah, he could have been abused because he told me I couldn't have blonde hair, and
Right.
no, but you chose to keep your hair blonde.
No, I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? You chose not to gain weight. You chose to follow. I mean, he didn't, you know.
And he whored him out.
He whored him out. That Playboy Bunny, something you expect him to do.
Now, I agree with you 100%. But the reason why I bring that up is because what's the difference between him and R. Kelly?
I don't know, but like I said, I mean, you chose to participate. And I don't think he whored them out like that. I mean, the thing is, because people do things for a certain reason.
Right.
And that's that, like I said, people play basketball in college and hope to get in the NBA. Then get in the NBA to play basketball. They hope to what? To make a living playing basketball. Same thing with these people that do these pageants, these contests, whatever. You know, these girls were Playboy, Playmates, bunnies, calendar girls, or whatever for a reason. Because why? You want to be seen, you want to be known, you want to be notorious for these certain things.
No, I agree with you.
You know, you want to be in a certain mix of things. Because you know why? There's a certain crowd that comes in being a part of that brand. You know,
I agree. That's why, when I hear, porn stars 10, 15 years later come back and talk bad about the porn industry and say that, oh, it's wicked, this and third. I always say, well, why didn't you feel that way when you was about to get into it? You didn't have to do it. Because you're getting paid.
Right.
You
got paid.
You got paid. I mean,
it may not be a lot, but you got paid to do it.
It's not slave trade. It's not this thing that people try to make it seem to be if you're getting paid for it. So I do agree with you on that. And I do feel the same way. I feel as though, it's first off, it's too late. But do I think it's fair that they should do it? Of course, because you did it to Bill Cosby and you did it to R. Kelly. So why should he be above it? Now, but it's too late.
And now, don't get me wrong. Now, if it's because, and like I said, and like I'm saying, if it was actual abuse, then you should have said something.
Right.
But you just can't go back and it's like, oh, I was abused because he made me go on this date with this guy. How he make you go on a date? And then why'd you return back to him if you felt a certain way?
I agree. No, I agree with you.
I mean, I don't know if he physically abused you. That's one thing. If he verbally abused you, that's something else. I mean, these are other things we could speak on that. But I mean, like I said, them 3 girls, they were with whoever, 5 years at least 5 years.
Almost, I think on average, he held like one of the girls that are coming out. I guess it's the den mother. She was his main girl, and so now she feel bad about bringing girls to him and things like that. But you brought girls to him. You literally did that.
That was your job.
Yeah, you didn't. You reaped the benefits of it.
Yeah.
Now it was just like it was tough because we had to make sure it was fun and exciting. I felt like I was manipulating these girls. No, you didn't. You did what you was paid to do. Now something stopped. The pay stopped. Something stopped. Right. And that's where my issue's at. Is that if you feel remorse for what you did, I get that. And there's no issues with that. But don't sit up here and say that you was tricked when you knew what you was doing. At some point as adults, we have to start standing up and saying
start being accountable. Man, be honest with you.
There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I did wrong, but I knew what I was doing at the time. I benefited from it, and I want to move on.
And that goes back to like you're saying the whole thing with the rappers and they rapping what they do out in the street. You know, you benefiting off of, you know, because probably tens of thousands of people bought the tape or CD or
Right.
streamed it or whatever.
Yeah.
And you reap the benefits of it. Okay, now you're gonna reap the benefit of law enforcement coming to see you, questioning you, and possibly trying to lock you behind up.
Yeah.
You know, you can't feel, like you said, it's too late to feel remorse after you done did the crime you told on yourself. You know, you were remorseful when you were on TV with Hugh Hefner, because I remember that TV show. It was on for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, and a lot of people. I think one of the NFL player married one of them girls.
Left him for a transsexual, but yeah, left him for a transsexual. But yeah, no, he was a wrestler.
He was a wrestler?
He was a wrestler.
I don't know what it was.
No, he might have been.
I think he did multiple.
He did multiple things. I think he tried wrestling.
I think
he tried wrestling. I think he did
addicted.
football. Yeah, I think he played football.
He was addicted to fame.
Yeah, but still, yeah. So I mean, we, like I said, we benefit. We getting the benefit that we want, and we're not getting no more. All of a sudden, it turns into what's next? What can I do? Oh, wait a minute. The Me Too movement. Oh, I was abused too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was, that damn bandwagon. I ain't got time for that, man.
I feel you. So I'm gonna follow this up with something that we was talking about beforehand. Let's talk about some basketball.
Man, go ahead about that. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it.
So you came to me and you said, your man Grayson Allen.
He does not belong in the league, man.
We differ on that, but
he does not belong in the league.
You're basing it off of an incident that has happened with Alex Caruso, which was a bad foul. That was a bad foul, unnecessary foul.
And that's not the first time he's done it since he's been in the league.
True, and I agree. I mean, I'm never gonna dispute. Anybody that does anything to harm another player because that's their livelihood. Because you're one step away from ending the person's career in a way of them making money. So I'm that's not
right.
It's the term. He doesn't belong in the NBA.
He doesn't. He's childish. He's a little boy. He does little boy things. Because let me put it this way: you mentioned in that conversation, you mentioned Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman never tried to pull somebody out the air and slam them to the ground. Never, not maliciously. Never. Not in the manner your boy did. That was part of the game then. No matter how you say, regardless of how you may look at it, that was part of the game back then. The game is totally different now. Come on now.
Does that make it right though?
Doesn't make it right. It's part of the game, regardless of what it is.
So that I don't understand that. Why would hard fouls be part of a game when the scenario's the same? Because one hit, one move, you're taking away somebody's livelihood. So why did we accept it? And what makes it wrong now?
Because the league has deemed it wrong now. That's why, for one. He's been notorious for that in college. Has he not?
He had 1 or 2, yeah.
1 or 2? There's more than 2.
Yeah, but
it was more than 2.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't belong in the league.
He got lucky to be in the league.
How you get like that? These are the terms I don't understand.
He had to try out.
And what's wrong with that?
They saw potential in him. And I'm pretty sure when they interviewed him, he pretty much probably told them, I've gotten past that. I can control my temper or whatever it is I got wrong, whatever that little misfire I got going on in my brain. I'm pretty sure he sold that plenty of times.
Right.
And this is like his 3rd team he's on now.
Josh Gordon sold everybody saying dream about being off drugs, and apparently that's not true, but he still gets.
That's football.
There's no difference.
Yeah, there's a difference.
No, what I'm saying is, so Josh Gordon belongs in the league, but Grayson Allen doesn't. No longer in the NBA.
Right. So let me go.
That's bias, and I just want you to admit your bias.
I'll be biased about it.
You're just biased because of the school he used to play for.
That's besides the point.
Then you can't say he doesn't. You can say, okay, he has had some misfires. He has done things that has jeopardized.
It's shown that he's not mature at all.
But then there's other players you could throw in that category.
Like who?
We name one, Dennis Rodman. Who takes a vacation in the middle of the season? But you said something, and this is why I want to bring this up, because this is the same thing that they said about AB. As long as you're producing, we accept the stupidity.
But he's not producing, though. What's Grayson producing besides injury and havoc?
But this is what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
It's still wrong.
Okay.
But we accept it because you're producing.
You get another chance. Not because it's acceptable. You get another chance because
you accept
what you could potentially produce.
So you accept it. You're willing to go out on a limb and say, I'm willing.
But like I said, because what you could potentially contribute.
So if Grace Allen was scoring 20 points, would we be having this conversation?
You probably would.
I think not.
Yeah, we would.
Why?
I still would have the same conversation.
But he's producing.
What is he producing?
If he was a 20-point scorer, he's producing.
He's not 20. He's not a point. He's not 20.
But what I'm saying
is, scored 20 points.
But if I use him in the same breath as AB, if I use him in the same breath as Josh Gordon, and if I use him in the same breath,
I still say the same thing.
Dennis
I would
Rodman,
still say the same thing.
Rick Mahorn.
Because the thing is this: people act like that because they want the attention. I'm not sure if his mama didn't hold him, his daddy didn't hold him enough, his mama didn't feed him enough, or what. There's something inside of him to want to sit there and maliciously do that. And then when I act like nothing happened, because if that boy would have got hurt and his team would have whooped his ass, no, what do you mean? I don't know what happened. No, don't hit me in my face. Don't stomp the shit out of me.
The same. No. So
I mean, what would have been then? 20 points away. Because LeBron hurt somebody and the homeboy's ready to fight him.
Nah, he wasn't. He would have fought on the second that he got hit. No, that he just like every other.
He made that man bleed.
He just like every other NBA player. They talk. I have not seen an NBA player that was worth fighting. Like they're not fighters.
What about Shaq?
Shaq's not a fighter.
Shaq got plenty of fights.
No, Shaq got him plenty of wrestling matches. It's easy getting a wrestling match. There's a difference. If someone hits you, and if you look at the video, sad part about it, if you brought it to
there's
LeBron,
more than one video of Shaq getting in a fight.
No, he never got in a fight. There's only probably, I think, only one where they actually was like squaring up and they boxed. I think that was Alonzo and Larry Johnson. Those are the only two that actually squared up and was ready to box. They didn't have 10 teammates holding them back like the guy from the Pistons with LeBron. No, don't hold me back. LeBron was right there. He looked at you and he said, "I'm sorry." And you was like, "Okay, I'm cool." Then you walk back, and then when your teammates came, you're like, "No, hold me back." That's how they look. That's all NBA players. What you gonna do? Fight me? You can't fight.
With that Grayson I did to me, I whipped his ass too.
All I'm saying is that I'm not condoning that. I like Alex Caruso. I wish the Lakers would have kept him. I bet they miss him now.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't make it right. No, it doesn't make it right. Like I said, but he's not really produced. I don't think he's gonna be in the team much longer anyway. He's going on to the next team.
No, I agree with you.
Sacramento or New Orleans, go play with Zion.
Zion going to play with RJ Barrett in New York.
Yeah, you keep thinking that.
You go, okay.
You stop eating them damn quadruple cheeseburgers.
Tell you, gonna come back looking like Shaq in 1992.
Shaq in 1992? No, you Shaq in 2002.
Yeah, he's Shaq now, but I mean, he gonna come back looking like Shaq in
like Shaq who ate a Shaq.
Tell you about to lose that weight.
You keep thinking he's gonna lose that weight.
He's gonna lose that weight.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be
tractor trailer.
Honestly, I didn't think he was better than RJ Barrett anyway.
No, but yeah. So my thing is, there's no place in the league for that at all. In this league, and I mean the league of this era, they don't play defense like that anyway. So that you don't. And this is my thing. he's done this numerous times, not only in the league, but at his illustrious college.
I'm not disputing. Like that's
Coach
not
K,
the
Coach K should have kicked him out the gym.
That's not the argument. The argument is not that he has done things. I'm not arguing that.
He don't belong in the league.
But
He
that's
don't.
the part I'm saying. Like
He really don't belong in the league. He just a place filler.
you can't say that.
I can't say that. I am saying that. I've said it.
By that logic, you're saying Kwame Brown really wasn't a bust.
Now you want me to call me Brown into this?
No, I'm just saying by that logic, you're saying he wasn't a bust.
He's not a bust.
Okay.
Kwame Brown was not a bust.
Then LeBron James is the greatest of all time. You have to say that.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
That's what you have to say.
No, and I have the proof. And I'm glad we brought this up. If Kwame Brown's not a bust, based off of his stats, based off of his career, he's not a bust. LeBron James, based off of his stats and his career, is the greatest NBA player of all time.
No, still Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan don't lead in none of the stats.
From the illustrious University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Just saying, he don't lead in none of the stats.
You just want to say that because Grant Hill was considered the greatest player of all time. We know Christian Laettner was considered the greatest player, and we definitely know Cherokee Parks was considered the greatest player, and Bobby Hurley.
I mean, Kyrie got the best handles.
Who?
Kyrie got the best handles. Which, by the way, I have to admit, Kyrie really got handles. Like, Kyrie really, I mean, Kyrie really about to be that guy. But, I mean,
Yeah, guy where?
In Brooklyn.
Do what?
I honestly believe.
What's he gonna do in Brooklyn? He can't even play basketball in Brooklyn in the moment.
You don't have to play him in Brooklyn.
You can't even play basketball in New York.
I see him in Charlotte.
You see him in Charlotte?
I see him in Charlotte.
Okay. Right.
Oh man. So ready to wind it down?
Yeah, let's go wind this thing down, man.
All right. Once again, check us out on all platforms, to include SoundCloud pretty soon. Look out for our new show that we're going to be debuting. We're going to be shooting the second episode of it this Tuesday. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's a podcast about nothing. You got it out of me. I'm sorry. If you have questions, concerns, or comments, or you feel like we could do something better, please feel free to reach out to us and let us know. Or you could reach us on all our platforms. If we don't get back to you right away, trust and believe we will get back to you. And share, like, subscribe. Hey, we love what we do, and we hope that you feel that when we're talking. We hope that you feel the energy that we bring. And I hope you understand that, you know what, we like to have fun, even on the serious topics. Not everything that we talk about, we believe in. Not everything we talk about or points we bring up is not our personal point of view, but it's always good to see it from a different point. So always keep that in mind when you hear us talk about things. Got anything you want to add?
No, he said everything. We're good. You know, Grayson Island does not belong in playing basketball, period. So that's my comment. You know, Michael Jordan is the greatest. You can keep your stats. Because you take LeBron in his prime against Jordan in his prime, Jordan get his ass up.
I don't think that we can ever say that.
Jordan would eat him up.
Personally, I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
No.
Well, that's another debate for another time.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Okay.
I'm not, and once again, I'm not saying LeBron James is the greatest, but statistically, I have to give it to him. But y'all be blessed, be happy, and be safe, and don't be stagnant in your life. We're out.